Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So we see, Trump and Zelensky was in the Oval Office having a meeting, and he was threatening Zelensky about he's gonna be the start of the World War III. And, all these things are mentioned in the scriptures. About wars and uh, rumors of war. So let's listen in right quick.
Is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That far a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, you said you went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you're saying that if you will speak loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I answer?
No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong.
Yeah, because of America, because they've been sending so much money over there, and all these billions and billions and billions of dollars, since they've been start fighting, and shit. That's why things so damn high over here, So
From the very beginning of the war, we've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
We
gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
maybe less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
Said a lot of
accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look. If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to the Vice President. Sorry, here.
It'll be a tough deal to make. Because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do then? I understand that it's a hit.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
But what if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if he can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together.
Yeah, so yeah, we see the war talk between them, and like I was saying, America been sending so much military equipment and so much military finances to this country, and American people over here struggling, trying to get by, But anyway, let's go back to the scriptures, and we're gonna read Matthew chapter 24, and we're gonna matter of fact, let's start up at we'll start up at 24 and 6. It says, as Yahushua was leaving the temple grounds, his disciples pointed out to him the various temple buildings. But he responded, do you see all these buildings? I tell you the truth, they will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another. Later, Yahushua sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, tell us, when will all this happen? What sign will signal your return and the end of the world? Yahushua told them, don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah or the Hamashiach. They will deceive many, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Nations will go to war against nations, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famine and earthquakes in many parts of the world, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. So, we've been telling people, this is just the beginning. A lot of things that's taking place is just the beginning of sorrows. It's more things that's going to take place, and things going to get, as the days go, by, and things going to just get, progress and get, you know, judgment is going to go out more and more, you know. He said, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. Then you will be arrested, persecuted, and you will be, I'm sorry, and then you will be arrested, persecuted, and killed. So, back in the day, they killed the prophets, and persecuted the prophets back then, and it's going to be really the same thing, in these times, to come. A lot of prophets and brothers, might be, you know, put to death behind this truth, or persecuted or put in prison, or put away behind this truth. He said, you will be hated all over the world because you are my followers, and many will turn away from me and betray and hate each other. And many false prophets will appear and will deceive many people. He says, sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. And the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world, so that all nations will hear it, and then the end will come. The day is coming when you will see what Daniel the prophet spoke about the sacrilegious object that causes discretion standing in the holy place. Then those in Judea must flee to the hills. A person out on the deck of a roof must not go down into the house to pack. A person out of the field must not return even to get a coat. How terrible it would be for pregnant women and for nursing mothers in those days. And pray that your flight will be not in winter or on the Sabbath, for there will be greater anguish than at any time since the world began. See that? So it's gonna be times to come that 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 haven't been around since the world began. You know, so it's gonna be a lot of nursing mothers in those days, man. That's gonna be having a hard time. You know, it say in fact, unless that time of calamity is not shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of God's chosen ones, the elect. Then if anyone tells you, look, here is the Messiah, or there he is, don't believe it. For false Hamashiachs and false prophets will rise up and perform great signs and wonders, so as to deceive, if possible, even Paul's chosen ones. See, I have warned you about this ahead of time. So if someone tell you, look, the Hamashiach is out in the desert, don't bother to go and look. Or look, he is hiding here, don't believe it. For as the lightning flashes in the east and shines to the west, so it will be when the Son of Man comes. So that see that. So if someone tell you that the Messiah is over here or over there, he say don't believe that. You know, the scriptures say, "Look up, your redemption draw near." You know, so the Hamashiach is gonna come from the clouds. You know, in the chariots. You know, so-called UFOs. You know, so yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys, man, because a lot of wars and war talk and kingdoms rising up against kingdoms, and the scriptures say, these are only the beginnings, of what's to come. So you got to stay prayed up in the true name of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah. I'll be back with the next one. Double honors to Great Millstone. Peace.